So currently in India we have two types of vaccines. One is the adenovirus based vaccines and the other one is the live attenuated vaccine. The two vaccines which belong to the adenovirus based vaccines are the initially launched Covishield and the more recently launched Sputnik vaccine. And the other one is the Covaxin, which is of indigenous make and indigenous origin. Yeah, so the first variant that came last year was the Alpha variant, which appeared in the United Kingdom, followed by the Beta variant, which probably came in Brazil and Japan. These were the common variants till October 2020 and December 2020, when the Delta variant was first reported in India. Now, the difference in manifestations between these two types, the Alpha and the Beta on one side, and the Delta and probably the Kappa variant of this virus, is the fact that the transmissibility and infectivity of the Delta virus is much higher than the Alpha variant. That's got to do with the mutations it's developed over the last year or so. And predominant symptoms of loss of taste, loss of smell are not the predominant features of the Delta virus infection. Fever, abdominal pain, gastrointestinal symptoms are predominant in the Delta variant, and cough seems to be less of a common symptom with the Delta variant when compared to the previous ones like the Alpha and the Beta variants. Vaccines definitely are safe for a pregnant woman. Although the concrete data from the information we have is not yet emerged, it is probably safe for a pregnant lady to take one of these vaccines just to protect the growing child as well as to protect herself, because the consequences of a severe COVID infection in a pregnant mother are disastrous for both the lives. So at this point of time, there is nothing that's available to us which says that pregnancy is a contraindication or a bar on taking the vaccination. The common perception in the community is that if I've got a COVID infection in the past, I am protected against further infection, so the vaccines may not be of much help to me. You may be partly right in that, but the fact is this virus is undergoing mutations. So the newer mutations may not actually be neutralized by the antibodies which you have developed during your previous infection. So if you were infected with the COVID virus in the recent past and you have been hospitalized, if you have not received convalescent plasma or the monoclonal antibodies against the coronavirus, after a span of about 8 to 12 weeks, you can take the vaccine. However, if you were given plasma or antibodies during your treatment process, you need to wait for 4 months before you take the vaccine. The bottom line is, even if you have recovered from the virus, for you to be prevented from reinfection with a new mutant strain of this virus, it's probably advisable for you to get vaccinated as the timelines permit. No vaccine, whether it is even if it is for chickenpox or whether it is for any disease, gives you 100% protection. But what the coronavirus vaccines that are available can do is to prevent you from getting a severe infection that warrants hospitalization. It may not prevent an asymptomatic or a mild infection, but it definitely reduces the chance that you become sick enough to come to hospital, and that's what the bottom line of this entire vaccination drive is. If you have taken only one dose of the vaccine, then the answer to that is no. That means your chances of being protected against the Delta virus is only maybe 33 to 35%. But if you have taken both the doses of the vaccine, may it be Covishield, may it be Covaxin or even Sputnik, and your last dose was about 4 weeks ago, you have about 96 to 97% protection against the Delta variant. But that should not make you complacent. When you still go out into the public, when you still go to crowded places, please wear your masks and wash your hands as frequently as possible. Vaccination is the only way we can prevent the march of this pandemic. Vaccination is the only way we can stop this country from getting into a bigger problem with the third wave. We already faced a major issue in the second wave with oxygen, with drug supplies and lack of ICU beds. We probably can do a lot by promoting vaccination amongst friends, relatives and associates in preventing a third wave which will tax our healthcare infrastructure much more.
Virinchi Hospitals. Right to science.